Hello, in this PixaFlux video tutorial you will learn how to convert the Albedo and Metalness images to diffuse and specular. You will also learn how to convert roughness to glossiness or smoothness, and how to tweak and export your images to Unity. For this video we'll use a fire extinguisher model provided by Dave Face in the Unreal Engine forums. The link for these files is in the description of the video. Drag and drop the model file to the Models window. This adds the models to the scene. Open the Model Viewport. Drag and drop the albedo, reflection, and normal images. Create a scene textures node and connect the albedo image. The reflection image contains the metalness, roughness, and occlusion information in the red, green, and blue channels respectively. Add a split channels node to break the reflection image into its individual channels. Connect red to metalness, green to roughness, and blue to occlusion. Connect the normal image. Right-click the plus sign on the Model Viewport to open the Settings window. Change the reflection workflow to Diffuse Specular. Now let's create the diffuse map. Add a mask node and connect the metalness image to the mask input socket. Set opacity to 1 and color to black. Add a new blend node. Connect the mask to the foreground socket and the albedo image to the background socket. Connect it to the scene textures node diffuse socket. Let's create the specular map. Add an invert node to the metalness channel. Add a mask node and connect the inverted metalness image to the mask input socket. Set color to value 0.22 and opacity to 1. Add a new blend node. Connect the mask output to the foreground socket and the albedo image to the background socket. Connect it to the scene textures node specular socket. Let's create the glossiness map. Add a new invert node and connect the roughness channel to the image socket. Connect it to the scene textures node glossiness socket. Change the microsurface workflow to glossiness. Now we'll add some writer nodes to save the images to the Unity project assets directory. Let's start with the albedo map. Drag and drop a writer node to the albedo output socket. Set the path to your Unity assets directory. Unity detects it and adds it to the project. Drag the map to albedo texture square. Join the metalness and glossiness maps into a single bitmap using the join channels. Metalness is duplicated in the RGB channels. Set the color mode to RGBA and connect glossiness to the alpha channel. Add the writer for the metalness glossiness image. Add the writer for the normal image. Add the writer for the occlusion image. In Unity, drag the new images to the texture squares. Now let's add the diffuse and specular writer nodes. Add the writer for the diffuse image. Add a split channels node to split the specular image into its channels. Add a join channels node to join the specular channels in RGB. Set the color mode to RGBA and connect glossiness to the alpha channel. Add a writer for the specular glossiness image. In Unity, set the shader of the new material to standard specular setup. Drag and drop the textures to the material texture squares. Here we have the two materials with different PBR workflows. Now in PixaFlux we will change the color of the fire extinguisher and export all textures again. I have this shapes node with some white close splines I drew over the red body of the fire extinguisher. A reframe node sets the size and position of the image. Add a channels mixer node and connect the albedo image to the image socket. Connect the reframe node output to the mask socket of the channel mixer node. We'll make this fire extinguisher yellow, so in the red channel set green to 1, and in the green channel set green to 0 and red to 1. Reconnect all albedo connections to the new channel mixer output. Now that all our images have been updated to the new yellow color, we can export them. Go to File, Export Images. This exports all images that are inputs of a writer node. Unity detects the change in the textures and updates the materials. And this is how you create the diffuse, specular, and glossiness images from albedo, metalness, and roughness images. You can add your own nodes to tweak and modify the images as much as you like, and export with a single click. Thank you for watching this PixaFlux video tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and to follow us on Facebook and Google+. Thank you.